What is going on? What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach Steve Brown, from a big from my first round pick with the Royals. Give me all this knowledge that I can in the youth baseball space, helping kids get into school and giving them maximum exposure in and around the country. Holler at me if you need me or sign up for one of my showcases. Listen, um, man, I hope everybody's doing well today, man. I wanted to say what's up, get into this topic. Man, I wanted to kind of get some of these stories out here from life on the recruiting trails, man. Blessed to have talked to a few coaches the next few days on some guys and trying to lie. Man, it's been fun. It's been a lot going on, but behind the scenes. So shout out to what's up, Brenda? What's good? What's good? All right. I hope you're doing well. Hope your son is doing well. Good to see you on. All right. So one of the topics that being on this recruiting trail, I wanted to hit you guys up with, right? The be a combination of a few things, man. Stuff that's going on personally and also um, business wise. You know what I'm saying? And one of the I had a one of my kids that I'm working with was talking to a college coach, and we got to talking, and I'm sure he doesn't mind. I think I get on some of these parents, and parents sometimes get upset with me a little bit. Was good, was good. All right. But one of the things I kind of got into it a little bit with one of the parents, nothing major, nothing scary, anything like that. But um, I had a college coach reach out to, I talked to him a couple of days ago. We was talking about a particular kid, a potential prospect, and come to find out that he had a little relationship in the past with the parents. And his exact words was that, man, D, I like the kid a lot, man, but I just don't know about his parents, man. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. So yeah, something would happen down there, but long story short, I just thought that it was. I have a call with a college coach you interviewed previously at 5 p.m. today. All right, Michael, good, man. Let me know the school, man, and should tell him I said what's up. All right, hopefully you met him on here. If not, it's all good. But anyway, good luck with that. All right, Mike. So post this on here anyway. So anyway, I hated to hear that. Let me get back to the story. So the coach is like, "Yo, D, man, I like the kid, man, but I'm scared of the parents." I was just like, "For real?" And I was like, "Damn, what happened?" He kind of laid it out, and I just thought it was odd and not, not granted. We working this out on this, but just to know that the coach is feeling that way. And I talked to the parent and one of the parents, and they had a little gripe and a little something, nothing big to them, but sometimes this is the tip that I wanted to kind of talk about, from a parent standpoint. Something that you may not think is big during the recruiting process, from a parent standpoint, when it may be communication with a coach or how you're communicating or how you're coming across. I've talked about this, and you guys, I'm sure I've heard this many a times, but sometimes I feel like it just needs to be addressed because, again, I may talk about it, but it still comes up, right? This just happened just yesterday, communication with the coach again. And he was just like, "Yo, I like the kid, but basically in a nutshell, like, yo, I don't want to deal with the parents. I'm actually scared of the parents." And what do you mean by scared? Meaning like he don't know if he'll bring the kid in and how or what the parents would do and what lengths they would do to, disrupt the program. All right. And I talk about this a lot. I'm sure you have heard about this, but just like little, it could be certain things that happens and everything is unique, but little things like this keeps coming up. And I hate it for the kid because ultimately that's what it's about. So that's what the title is today, right? It's just, parents, is it about you or is it about your kid? And again, the parent of this particular potential prospect, they're thinking they're helping their kid, right? It wasn't like they did something crazy and outlandish and, what up, Keisha? They ain't doing nothing bad. It's just when it comes to, you guys got to understand when it comes to recruits and these, what these these college coaches are looking for. They're looking for not just the talent and all, but it's a total package. You know what I'm saying? Parents, you are part of that package. All right. They feel like he can run this and I like him a lot and he can hit this and that, but I got to deal with the mother or I got to deal with the father, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be an issue over there. Nah, I'd rather not even deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because over here, this kid's just as talented or even less talented, but, he got the grades, he got this, but damn, the parents seem like they're very cool people. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nobody, I ain't got to, sit around and get mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes on to this college, when it comes to college coaches, man, they getting paid to win games. You know what I'm saying? Mold men and graduate kids. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully get them on past, you know what I'm saying, on to the pro ranks. But at best, you know what I'm saying, their objective is to make sure that, your kids graduate and become good men. You know what I'm saying? Out here in these streets, right? So that's ultimately their job. So they already got a tough job, you know what I'm saying, executing, especially, head coaches are running programs. They're like GM of teams. They're coaching. Make sure the coaches are coaching right. They gotta hire the right people. They gotta bring in the right kids into their school, and develop that culture. So when parents, you know what I'm saying, you are part of that culture. Even if you only come into the games and sitting down for 9 innings and watching these kids play, all right. But you are the coach. And so if you take it as that, you realize that, okay, I'm going to fall back, just enjoy, you know what I'm saying, my son playing ball, watching him play ball. All right. That's what you should, and again, most parents do that. And even some of the parents that, again, this is for that small group of parents that are thinking they're helping their kid by acting a certain way or doing something. But sometimes they could be hurting their kid. All right. Again, I'm just sharing the story that, happened, and good people, the parents I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Good people, you know what I'm saying? They don't mean well, they don't mean no harm, but the things, certain actions and certain things that, they felt like they were doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, hurt their kid and potentially may hurt them. Let me put it like that with this particular school. Okay. So, parents, just make sure that, you stay focused on, provide the best, you can for your kid. And sometimes, as hard as it is, it may mean stepping away. Okay. It may mean stepping away. Um, I, sometimes even me in my household with my athlete, I have to understand, I can't take, things that she does, or who's talking this, and because we want to protect this and that, but sometimes I have to, really step back and let her deal with it, even though she's young, you know what I'm saying, just to, like, so she learns on her own. And maybe when she comes to talking with people and people running up and wanting to talk with her, and I protect her, and just random, but she needs to understand, like, the dealings of people, how people act, things that goes on and off the field, or on and off the court. In my case, that she needs to learn. All right. So there's no rule book. My mom's always told me this. There's no rule book from a parent. They got these books here and there, but there's a lot of things that go along with. And again, many of you guys, if you got multiple kids and kids older than 14, 13 years old, you guys have been parents way longer than I have. All right. So, I can get some tips from you. But what I know from dealing with parents, having my own, and, parents, and dealing with the sport thing, all right. I feel like, I could have at least some insight to helping you guys on then, especially when it comes to the recruiting process and how you guys are viewed, what's your role, how much you should be involved in the recruiting process, and how you can hurt them. You know what I'm saying? How you can hurt sometimes the kids. And I don't mean to bash, and it is what it is. I just topics that are near and dear, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with me and in my heart, you know what I'm saying? And this just so happened yesterday. And it was one of those things. But one of the other, and I'll kind of give you a couple tips and what's going on my end too. I wanted to kind of keep addressing, but one of the things that also we were talking about. What up, Roach? So one of the was, having patience, even though it's an impatient time. So one of my guys took a trip to a school, and, we had a nice long talk, and he was trying to, because it was the only offer on the table that he has right now in hand. And he was like, feeling a certain way of how to, um, how to navigate and what move. He went to the school, and he basically came and told me, he was like, in a nutshell, he's like, yo, D, man, I don't, coach, man, I like the school, man, the program, but it's just middle of nowhere, and I just don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, and he kind of felt like it was like a disappointing thing, because at this time, he's in 2021, he doesn't have no true offers on the table, but this one right now. And he was just like, man, I feel, like I told him, I said, if you don't want it, don't take it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of go back. Or he does have some, a plan B or C, potentially coming. But now if it's, July and August and nothing is on the table, then it may be a little different. But right now, how he's feeling, and I told him, I was like, you got to go with your gut, and that's and that's part of learning. You know what I'm saying? From a player standpoint, and parenting standpoint, you have to trust your kid in this process. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to live there for the next, hopefully 3-4+ years to get a degree from that school. So, if he's like, yo, it's real simple, man. Sometimes, when you go to these places, you love it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes things grow on you, right? But you got to be able to read, you know what I'm saying? Read your gut, read your, and from a parent standpoint, it may look this way for him, for you guys, you may like it, but for that kid, you know what I'm saying? He is just something that ain't going on him right. You got to trust him, you know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing you can do is go ahead and, not force him, but like, try to gauge him to get into that school, and he goes there, has fun, and then, he think he's going to have fun, and he's like, I really don't want to go, but let me try to make this something out of nothing, and I'm going to just try to go have some fun and play. It may work, but most of the times it ain't going to. One little hiccup, one little disappointment on the field, one little, relationship, this and this and that. He coming back home, back at it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's just steps. There's little groups of things that's so important. And sometimes it could be atmosphere and culture. You know what I'm saying? It's one. If you don't feel comfortable where you playing, and you ain't getting paid, you know what I'm saying, like that, you ain't a professional where you get the, you know what I'm saying, you have to get picked somewhere, and you just got to suck it up and deal with it, you know what I'm saying, because you're getting paid. But in this situation, man, you have to read your kids, instincts, you know what I'm saying, and trust them, especially if you've been, them, and you raised them right. You gotta trust their instincts. You gotta trust it. And so my boy went to school, but and everything, but he's like, man, the atmosphere is just, it ain't really me. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, and this particular kid, this was a, a school that wasn't at HBCU, and he just like, yo, D, I got my heart set on the HBCU school. You know what I'm saying, coach? And I was like, I get you. You know what I'm saying? That's him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may be the opposite. Okay. So that's just reading his gut. And even though this is what's on the table right now for him, I told him, I said, yo, if your gut is telling you that, and I could hear it in this talk, because he was trying to justify what he liked about the school earlier, but I could hear him, that I could hear a but coming. Like, a kid's about to, or somebody's about to say something like, oh yeah, I like this, I like that, and whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, I knew it was coming. So, it's just, that's another little tip. Parents, just trust your kid. All right. Trust your kid's instincts, especially if you raise them right. If he's anything like you, and you raising them the right way, you know what I'm saying? Which I know y'all are doing out here, right? Understand that, he sometimes you gotta like let them see the big picture and lay it on out, but trust what he's saying to you. That if he ain't gonna like it, he ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it is what it is. What up, Herman? What's up? How you doing, Coach? We and our son have the relationship with the coach. We are just going to sit back and enjoy watching them play. Facts. You know what I'm saying? D. Carr, what up, family? All right. What up, D. Carr? All right. Deja, what's up, family? All right. So The I'm gonna be short today. What I wanted to talk about too. We got a fun pack next week. We got a full. We're gonna have my girl Nadine Wheat, she's gonna talk about some of the experiences on the recruiting trail. We got Lincoln University's head coach coming on, and I got my boy Freddie Sandoval, man. Um, D Daedric, man, just hit me up. Just private message me, family. I got you, man. All right. Um, the and I have my boy Freddie Sandoval, man. Freddie is a uh ex teammate of mine, played in the major leagues, went to University of San Diego, got all type of degrees, and he deals with the mental training, all type of apps. I try to bring on a variety of people on here. We had somebody like this on here before, but Freddie is my ex teammate. I'm doing great things with a bunch of athletes. He's even working with he was with the Kansas City Royals for many years, doing their mental training, their mental, because again on the major league side, everybody needs that. You know what I'm saying, that mental training. But he was working with the Royals for a long time. He is now working with multiple colleges and working on the youth baseball space too. So I'm bringing him on next week. We had a nice long talk last week. Yesterday, and I'm over bringing him on next week. So we got a fun-filled pack next week. All right. So listen, the I'm gonna be on tomorrow as we go into this weekend. I want to kind of hit some tips to how to make sure to the summer right. Hell, for all ages. All right, even from 18. Shout out to I've had a bunch of guys that are going into their, they're already committed, but wanted to do some. Holler at me, man. Need me. I'm trying to put together 18U for some of those guys, or even place you somewhere. All right. So you can get some burn and get some good competition. And these are for 18U, uncommitted, and definitely the committed kids, because most of them have been already committed going to different places. They just want to get some ball in, man. All right. College is the first real decision our kids get to make. They have to make the decision for themselves. If they fail, they can't blame it on the parents. Fact. And that's what you don't want. You don't want them to feel like, I tell this story all the time, man. And I just saw him too. He's balling right now. I don't want to bring up the names, but this is one of the first stories that I brought up when I first started doing these lives. 2+ years old, was a kid who signed big SEC school, and for a year and a half walked around the town and was going to this, as a committed kid. In February of his senior year, we spoke, and I got introduced to him, and he was like, "Yo, D, can you talk to my dad, man? I want you to talk to my dad." Because he was like, his dad, he was like, my dad is basically, in a nutshell, putting pressure on him to go to this particular school that he committed to. And it was a great school. If I say the name, you guys will, be like, what was wrong, whatever. But long story short, the kid was second guessing his decision. He's a kid, right? So he was second guessing his decision, commitment wise. But the dad was pushing him to go to that school. I told the dad didn't know me, but the dad was like, "Yo, D, you can say this, you can say that, but we're about education over here. My son is not a hijack like you were, so you can't tell me, that we should be looking this and looking that, whatever." Because I was trying to tell him about junior college, and he was not trying to hear it. And so the kid was like, what my dad say? I said, yeah, he ain't trying to hear me. He was dead set on the kid going to this 4-year school. The kid went there for the first week. The first week he went there, boom, told the head coach that he don't want to play there, and transferred out right away within the first week of school. He just did it for his kid, you know what I'm saying? But he just did it for his dad, and he ended up leaving, went to the junior college, played well, and now is back at a 4-year school right now and playing well. All right, with the potential maybe even to get drafted. All right, so, but the point is, the dad made him about himself. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't reading his kid, and the kid told him, and you know, he had to deal with the disappointment. So I talked to the dad, and maybe a year or so later, and he had he had two younger boys too. And just to hear him talk like, man, D, I love the junior college, man. I love this junior college thing, man. I'm all my kids are going whatever. And just to hear a difference of a year and a half, he was so against the junior college, but now he was for it because he saw what it did for his kid. You know what I'm saying? His oldest boy. But you know, not to say I was trying to tell him a junior. I was just listening to the individual story. I was just saying this kid was telling you that he did not want to go to this school no more, but the dad was forcing him to go, and he ended up transferring out, and everything is going to work out. But it just saved a lot of, you know, disappointment and made him look a little, you know, crazy going to the school within 1 week, not liking it, you know, and it just it was a lot of stuff that didn't have to be. All right. So anyway, I just share that story. All right. The biggest part, hey Neela, the biggest part of recruitment is getting families to understand what they got at home. Don't expect your kid to play at UCLA, USC if the kid isn't going to get drafted out of high school. Families have to trust their travel ball coaches' rate. And if a coach tells you, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If you are that type of travel ball program that are, you know, putting kids in school, like, you know, some of these good travel ball programs are, parents, that's part of, you know, I give, you know, I do trainings to different programs around the country, travel ball programs, and that's one of the things I say, like, listen to your travel ball coach and your, you know, if you have a private coach Sorry about that, man. I hope y'all still on here with me, man. We got a little issue with the internet. Sorry about that, man. But anyway, I think I had left off basically talk. Um, my man, uh, Sean said, it was a good good comment that he said. The rating of your kid, and if your coach tell you to try D2, don't get your feelings hurt, which is a great, thing. Because I just wrote on here as far as like tips for today. I just said a couple of things that parents need to figure out and do during this recruiting process is, just be the ear and a guide. All right, not the mouthpiece and the director. You know what I'm saying? Like, just guide your kid through this, you know what I'm saying, paperwork wise, make sure you're on top of that, because that's sometimes, those type of things, that's your responsibility on that and to help him through that. Okay. You can't leave everything up to him. All right. And you be the ear. You listen, let him know that he's listen, he has to hear what he wants to hear or what he doesn't, feel is right. All right. Because you're gonna have your gut, because what you think of a coach may be a lot different from what he's thinking. You may be thinking, oh, this coach is, I don't know about this coach, but he may be feeling the coach. All right. Because he's the one I got to listen to him. All right. Same thing, but, with, doing the talking for him and all of that. This is your thing. You know what I'm saying? This is his thing. He needs to talk to the coach and go from there. All right. Um, if your kid doesn't go D1, just as what my boy Neela was just said over there, if your kid, it's not especially parents that have like been like dads and even moms that have been throwing and BP or catching out there in the yard, and and it's no indictment on you as a parent or anything like that if your kid doesn't go when you think he should be going, level wise. Okay, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got him to the practices and did everything in his power, in your power to do, there's no indictment that he ain't going as big and what up, Mark? He ain't going as big and to the level that you think he should go. That's not an indictment on you and you or you as a parent. You know what I'm saying? So this is he's still getting the opportunity to play at the next level, and the reason I say that because I deal with parents. You know what I'm saying? I deal with it, and if they feel like it ain't this level and that da da da, they ain't effing with it. You know what I'm saying? And then the parent, I mean, then it gives off that energy to the kid. You know what I'm saying? And then now you stuck with, depending on who you are and what time of the now you may be stuck with, a place to not play because it ain't where you felt like it should have happened, and what you feeding off your, parenting, thinking like you did something wrong is the reason why he ain't going somewhere. So don't take it to heart. All right, as long as you get a chance to play at the next level, because sometimes hearing parents, I'd be like, yo, it ain't as easy. It ain't as these decisions that these coaches fair. I get it. You know what I'm saying, but if a school wants your kid, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. Okay. So don't take it to heart if he ain't going D1, big time D1. All right. Or he ain't getting drafted. All right. Don't take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may hurt, but, it's just let him just keep playing some ball, man. All right. Let him keep playing ball. All right. Anyway, listen, man. I'm gonna be on tomorrow. I'm short today. I'm sorry about the whole interruption thing. Finish out this week. I know next week we got a good amount of some guests, talk some recruiting stuff. We'll get some more parents on here and discuss that. All right. We got some camps that I want to tell you about. Me and my boy Vic Radcliffe. We're gonna do some camp right now. We kind of locking down the dates in June. I will have a 14 and under camp here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. I'm locking down that location. I'll be in the 8 to 14-year-olds that in and around the Atlanta area, get some good training over there. We're going to be locking down those camps, and then we got the older boys, the high schoolers, and me and my boy Vic. We're going to do our camp the end of June. Okay, so we locking on those dates. I will have those for you next week. We're coming down to Florida May 22nd. All right, lining up. Shout out to my boy Reg Johnson over there, Edgewater. Edward Waters College in Jacksonville. And we have Lynn College over there that just committed to the showcase in Florida. So that's going to be dope. All right. So we're locking down these schools. And we go from there. Are the camps going on your website? Yes, the camps will be on the website. And we'll have flyers with links. I'll have all of that. To me, I'm just locking down the dates and the location. Once the date and location happen, we are all good to go. All right. So yes, Mark, I will have it on a site. And then speaking of the site, I am finalizing this damn personal website. I always do my little links and stuff, but I am finalizing a website on my end, so again, I had one in the past, but this one I will be I will have that up. It should have been done by now, but we got pretty much everything on that site, and just got to like launch it, and having issues with the domains and stuff like that. So all that tech stuff that, as you can tell, I be hating. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet, the connections, is like, yo, this tech stuff, all right? But we getting it right, man. We getting this thing right over here. So, but yeah, so if you are in the Atlanta area, or you want to come down and get some good training in Atlanta, we're having a camp the end of June. All right, with me and my boy Vic Radcliffe. All right. We're gonna have pitching coach, Vic, myself, and what I don't want to, I don't know. I may have a surprise or two college wise. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put myself and put my foot in my mouth, but we're going to have a good ass camp for the 14 to 18-year-olds. All right. All right. So if you are entering high school and up, all right, we will go from there. Any info in the Jackson State University camp in Mississippi? Charlie, no. That I know Coach Whiteside, he wanted to kind of branch up and do his own camp, rightfully so. And I think it's around that same time I'm trying to do my stuff here in Atlanta. So I don't know the information. Whiteside has not said anything about the camps, anything like that. But you are more than welcome to come on over to Atlanta, Georgia. I know that's a little ride, but you can make it if you want to. All right. My daughter was just out there 2 weekends ago in Richland, outside of Jackson, Mississippi, playing a little tennis. All right. So we made that ride. We'll make it happen. All right. So, but yeah, I'll give you the information on the camps next week. We'll line that up with the camps and we'll go. All right. Got some more training for middle school age kids too. All right. Middle school, basically from 6th to 10th graders. I got some training that I got for you guys about the recruiting camps, all showcases, all that type of stuff is going to be for you guys. All right. So I'm going to be hitting the middle school age kids. Up to 10th graders next week, along with the camps. Okay. So, but I will be on tomorrow. All right. I will be on tomorrow. I will see you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern. I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. All right. Holler at me if you need anything. Private message me. A couple messages about camps in different locations like Mississippi, Alabama. I got too. So we should have something, you know what I'm saying, lined up. And if it ain't me, I'm sure. Lincoln, what's up, baby? Hawaii in the house. All right. I'm sure I'll give you all the information as soon as I hear anything. For the college coaches, especially the college coaches in my network. I am all about promoting their camps. Kids that are in my recruiting program. I'm as we speak right now. I'm getting them signed up for those particular schools that they are interested in to get signed up on their camps. All right. So we got the process out there. So I'm hoping you guys are doing that too right now. And that's why tomorrow I'm going to talk about that, going into the summer for those high schoolers, what are some of the tips and stuff you need to be, what are some tips to make sure you're ready for this summer and what you should be doing or should be lining up, not just playing travel ball. All right. That's a part of it if you are doing it. But, we're going to talk some different plans of action, okay? Tomorrow. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So I will see you guys on there tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we will go. Coach Holloway made news today over there. Xavier, what happened at Coach Holloway made news today? What did he do? All right. I hope it was good. Made some good news. Don't just say that. I hope he made good news. I just talked to him yesterday. I hope it's all good. Please message me what happened. I hope it's good news. Don't just pay, what happened. All right. Tell me, because I hope everything is good news over there, because I just talked with him yesterday. We had a nice long talk, and I'm hoping that everything is all right over there. Yeah, he is. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Yes, he is doing his thing over there. Yeah, he is winning. Yeah, okay. Whew. All right. That's sad that it went automatically to negative, right? I didn't mean for that to happen, but I just was like, yo, I hope all right, Kev. All right, cool. All right, Kev. Yeah, he is winning. They're doing their thing. All right. All right, what's up, family? But yeah, he is doing well over there. So yeah, we had a nice, great talk yesterday and trying to work some out with some players over there now. All right. So shout out to my boy Coach Holloway doing his thing. And they are winning, doing great things over there. All right. So tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. We'll get this ball rolling, keep it going, and be on here, ready to go. Direction, what you tips, what's going into the summer, how you should approach the summer ball, and just the summer in general, depending on what year you are going into. All right. Especially for my juniors and seniors, this will be for you. All right. Peace and love, y'all.